officers have been retired following the decision of the commission.
3 top police officers sent home after failing the vetting process.
Marijuana supplement is one of my 15 inventions.
Maura is under the custody of police. He should explain to them where he got his samples from.
No way. Government tells biochemist wants to turn bang into food. Our husband is free to marry again. Why Maasai women celebrate polygamy.
I want him to be my chauffeur. He should take me to my destiny. To educate my children.
I want to acquire my dream house this year.
And it's that time again when New Year resolutions are made. But will they be fulfilled? Every day's favorite day of the week, Friday. A very good evening to you. This is KTN's Friday briefing. My name is Wilson Bro. We have a packed bulletin for you, and starting with the story of 3 senior police officers who have been retired by the National Police Service Commission after failing to pass the vetting process. Senior Deputy Commissioner of Police Francis Okonya, Senior Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of police reforms Jonathan Koskei, and Senior Deputy Commissioner of Police in the Office of the Inspector General of Police Peter Eregai were found unsuitable to continue serving in the National Police Service. KTN's Patrick Amimo has more.
2 weeks after the National Police Service Commission completed vetting the first batch of 7 senior police officers, the team delivered the highly anticipated vetting results.
To ensure the dignity of every officer who participated in this exercise, we decided the reasons shall be given to the officer in person. We have therefore done letters in which we detail the reason for which the officer has been considered suitable for retirement.
3 senior deputy commissioners of police, Francis Okonya, Jonathan Koskei, who is in charge of police reforms, and Peter Eregai were the first casualties after the commission decided to kick them out of service. 4 senior officers that were given a nod to continue serving as police officers include the Commandant of the Administration Police Training College, Abdi Shurie, Director of the Small Arms Secretariat, Patrick Ochieng, Kiganjo Police Training College Commandant, Peter Kavila, and the GSU Commandant, William Saia. Interestingly, when Saia appeared before the Commission on 17th December last year, unlike the other 6 officers, his vetting was held behind closed doors in what the Commission explained were sensitive security issues. During the vetting exercise for the 7 senior police officers, the Commission considered the officers' entry qualifications, professional conduct and discipline, integrity and financial probity, and respect for human rights.
It is not an exercise in determining criminality, but should there be any aspects of criminality that will be discerned from the vetting, we shall refer those to the relevant authorities. None of the 3 officers either has been found to have violated any human rights.
3 retired senior police officers can appeal the Commission's decision through a review panel that has been established by the Commission. The vetting of other 25 senior officers of the rank of Deputy Commissioner of Police starts Tuesday next week. Patrick Amimo, KTN, Nairobi.
1 month's quest to introduce the country to supplements made from bang and miraa came to an abrupt end today when the Murang'a County government confiscated the supplements and turned him over to the police. Simon Maura had embarked on the production of food supplements which he claimed had health benefits. The government is, however, having none of that. Wilkis Tanyabwa has the details.
And they're very comfortable. They said once we are...
Simon Mwaura envisaged a world where the plant known as marijuana would be used freely, free of the shame of the tag of illegality. In anticipation of this day, Mwaura, the Chief Executive Officer of High-Equip Kenya, embarked on a venture that saw him land on the wrong side of the law.
To date, I've spent nearly 58 million in developing these products, commercializing it, and of course, putting those samples into the market.
The biochemist had launched a project geared towards making food supplements from marijuana and myrrh. He believed he had found an organic compound that would extract the harmful bits from the marijuana plant, leaving only the bits that were safe for human consumption.
I talked to the government chemist on the supplement from graviola and all this other, and coffee and all that. Their main word was, as long as I don't claim any medicine of value.
Mwaura, however, ran into trouble with the Murang'a County government over lack of proper documentation.
Why do they do it?
His meeting with the Murang'a County Commissioner degenerated into a shouting match as he defended his action.
People keep on going to correction center. We have something that's proven.
Mwaura claimed to have sought the permission of the National Agency for the Campaign Against Drug Abuse.
This thing is not authorized by any institution. Mwaura just wrote his letters and brought his letters to us. That does not allow him to plant bangi in Murang'a. He is saying that he's been authorized. But the letter from Nakada is clear that they don't have, he was asking them for funds. Then they regretted that they don't have funds.
Simon had recruited 3,000 farmers from the county, each expected to produce 1,000 kilograms of bang. This project now screeching to an abrupt end as the Murang'a County government confiscated the tins and warned farmers against engaging in commercial bang farming.
In Murang'a, we won't accept even one single stem of bangi grown here, because whoever does it will be arrested and taken to court.
If there is any crop that is not scheduled by law in the country, in Kenya, it cannot be allowed to be produced by farmers. And so we cannot allow farmers to think that they can be duped or elated into production of bangi, however valuable it is.
The biochemist was later led away by police to be charged in a court of law for handling an illegal substance without proper documentation. The very same samples that he had produced for sale now taken away to the government chemist for testing before use as evidence against him in court. Wilkes Danyabwa, KTN.
Now that story forms the basis of our BQ tonight, and we are asking, should the government allow the use of supplements made from bang? Should the government allow the use of supplements made from bang? Please send us your yes or no response to the number 22155. 22155, that's the SMS number, or you can tweet me at Wilson_Mburu, and we'll of course continue to sample your views as the Bulletin continues. Now, parents and guardians with school-going children hit the uniform shops, supermarkets and bookshops in preparations for next week's reopening of schools. Catherine Omondo spent the day with some of the parents and now brings us the story.
Not your conventional bookstore. These vendors along the streets of Mombasa town provide parents like Omondi with options as they prepare to send their children back to school.
Hii area ambayo kidogo vitabu ziko chini kwa sababu bookshop imekuwa mambo ni magumu kwa bookshop sana, kununua vitabu zimekuwa expensive.
A new year, a new grade, and new books. And for them, the closest version will do.
Tunaona kwamba syllabus inabadilika kila wakati. Ukiingia huu mwaka unakuta watoto wako ambao wametoka ile klasi nyingine hawezi wakatumia vitabu za zile zimeacha na mtoto ambaye anaenda mbele. Na kwa burden kwa kwetu ma parents. Sasa government pay inafaa iangalie hiyo, na walisema kwanza wataweka free education, sijui mpaka lini tutapata hiyo free education kama bado tunanunua vitabu.
Ikichezwa, the prices even are getting high.
In Nairobi, parents jostled for space in Savani's bookstore.
Uniform pengine 2,000, lakini vitabu karibu 8,000. Na isitoshe bado karo iko na kadhalika.
You find every time you have the new vitabu. Si kama vile samani tukuanga na vitabu. Mtoto mmoja anaweza soma na kitabu moja throughout. Not like that there before.
School outfitters was just as full. For those with older children who went to the same school, cheaper options for uniforms were available.
Saa zingine kwa sababu uta afford kununua zote mpya, unaangalia kama kuna mtu hata tunanunuanga hata zingine zenye zimetumiwa, as long as they are not badly off, tunanunua hata na cheaper price, ama unaomba tu mtu anakupatia kitu kama hicho.
As the years go by, it seems more and more Kenyan families are placing less significance in the festive season and rather trying to balance out their financial priorities during this hard economic times.
Wazazi wote wanajua kujipanga. Wanajua yule ikiwa sio mwaka wa kwanza, ni mtu ambaye ameona, amepanga, amekuwa mwaka 1, 2, 3 hivi akona mtoto. Sasa ni mtu achazoea. Sasa ikifika wakati kama huu, lazima awe hata akienda Christmas ama akienda sikukuu gani, utakuta amejipanga.
Schools, both primary and secondary, are set to reopen on Monday. Catherine Mwando, KTN.
The former head of civil service, Francis Muthaura, has thanked President Uhuru Kenyatta for appointing him as the chairman of the Lapsset Corridor Development Authority. Muthaura assured the president that he is committed to the Lapsset project and has the required experience to deliver on the dream of developing a second transport corridor that will link northern Kenya with neighboring countries of Somalia, Ethiopia, and South Sudan.
Yes, powerful.
It was during a Thanksgiving ceremony for Meru County Assembly Speaker Joseph Kaberia that retired head of public service Francis Muthaura spoke for the first time over his presidential appointment that elicited mixed reactions across the country and almost triggered a rebellion from a section of Meru politicians allied to the Jubilee Alliance.
I want to tell the president, thank you very much for doing me a favor, and assure him that I will do everything possible to make a difference. I believe very strongly in the Lapsset project.
Meru Senator Kraitu Murungi rallied support for Muthaura that culminated in a Wednesday meeting at Kinoru Stadium, where Meru politicians who are vocal in opposing Muthaura's appointment backpedaled and endorsed Muthaura.
Ambassador Muthaura, who is the patron of Juricheke and who is the most prominent Kenyan as far as this development is concerned, akampatia kazi ile ambayo alistahili. Heshima kubwa kwetu. Mmoja wetu akifuata nafasi, hakuna haja tuwe tuna fitina yeye. Aitusaidia nani?
With Ambassador Muthaura there, the Lapsset project is safe and sound, and in 3 years the people who are complaining will be quiet.
Igembe South lawmaker Mithika Linturi and his Mara counterpart Kareke Mbiuki had opposed Muthaura's appointment and criticized President Uhuru for favoring only one section of Meru. The two were criticized for allegedly arrogating themselves the role of Meru community spokesmen without consulting other leaders.
It has been suppressed and embarrassed that some of us are trying to reduce him to a very irrelevant. So whoever has been saying that Muthaura is not fit was speaking as an individual. He was not speaking on behalf of the Meru people.
The culture that is dangerous. Yani ukiona mtu ambaye ni mzee kuliko wewe akichaguliwa, unaanza kusema huyu mzee amechaguliwa kafanye nini?
Ukisikia sisi tunapiga kelele, hatupigi kelele sababu hatutaki hizo viti. Tunasema Linturi alikuwa na jeshi yake ambayo ilikuwa inaongoza pande ile nyingine. Sasa Uhuru lete mali nyingine katika Meru ya pande ile ilikuwa inasonga.
Other leaders have also come out in support of Muthaura.
I think there is a mistake in the campaign that people never understood. Tuliposema digital versus analog, we were talking about digital age, yani technology. Sasa watu wanaita wasafia mimi siwezi sikia wazee hawa ni analog.
So watu ambao wanasema that the president has done badly to appoint people who are a bit older as chairman, that is not right. I want to tell you. Young people, we have positions that are coming. Ya kuendesha hizi maparastatals. When the CEOs wakiappoint CEOs ambao ni wazee, I'll be the first person to make noise.
Patrick Amimo, KTN.
Still on matters of appointments, and Deputy President William Ruto maintains that there is no need to spread hate messages in the ongoing criticism of those appointed to head state corporations. Speaking in Uasin Gishu County, Ruto said that that some of the concerns he raised on the appointments were bordering on tribalism. The Deputy President especially called on elected leaders to fulfill their development agenda as opposed to peddling what he called cheap talk. He spoke during an event to celebrate the homecoming of 8 boys who were among the 68 initiated in Kitengela. His son was among the
8. Community Peace Choir.
Na kiongozi yeyote ambaye anasimama na kusema ati hawa wasipatiwe kazi kwa sababu wanatoka kabila ile ama wanatoka jamii hii ama wanatoka sehemu ile, huyo ni kiongozi ambaye hafai hata kuongoza kuku na ng'ombe, kwa sababu these are tribalists.
Let's pose a question for the ladies. Would you live with your co-wife under the same roof? And would you arrange the wedding for your co-wife, select and help her put on her jewelry and dress? Well, some Maasai women in Kajiado did all that and more, saying their husband is free to marry as many wives as he can feed. Here's KTN's Najma Ismail with the details.
It's a very special day in Kimano town in Kajiado County. Donning their famous traditional attire, these men are going to attend a wedding of one of their own. Inside the house, the bride is getting ready for her big day. Her bridesmaid makes sure that all her ornaments fit properly. Outside, among the guests, her 2 co-wives to be eagerly await the arrival of the new wife into the family. This colorful wedding ceremony attracted many people in the area. It is not unusual for the Maasai to be polygamous, but what attracted people is the love shown by the 3 women who will share one man for the rest of their lives.
As our tradition.
There is no cake to cut, but traditional milk is given to the bride and groom and shared amongst the co-wives. One by one, they all feed each other, displaying an unusual bond that many women would find shocking. Mr. Kirapash Lepao proudly looks on at his 3 wives as they display affection towards each other before getting on the dance floor. As most of the guests enjoy their meal, many would probably be asking themselves, what drives a man to marry a second or third wife? Traditional Africa has allowed polygamy for centuries, but as time passes by and more people get formal education, the practice is gradually being abandoned. Najma Ismail, KTN.